Andy warski to many could be kind of controversial. Uh, I don't really don't think so, but I've been watching Andy at least on and off back when they were the kill stream, back a little bit after that. Um, I watched him when he was with Ethan Ralph for a while. I've seen the rise of Andy warski over the years from 2016 to onwards, right? And I think of all the people that got their life together and at least tried to improve it for the better, I think he's a good example. Now, what I mean by that, for any fans of Andy Warski, they should at least acknowledge that some point, I want to say in the middle of the 2010, well, not really in the middle of 2010, but more towards like 2017 and on and later on, right? Even during the COVID period, he kind of became a debaucher above of the drinking and druggy type. And I know a lot of people do remember that period of time because it was extremely wild and all the clips that were coming out of like Annie doing some weird stuff, him flipping out, um, self harm. There was a whole thing I believe in Vegas that happened with him and one other person was led to an arrest. Annie Worski really has gone through a lot. Now, I think I've spoken about it at least once or twice. I could be very wrong. But he is an individual thing that a lot of people look up to, so in some regard, right? He is pretty young. If anything, I believe me and Annie are actually close to the same age. With it's kind of surprising, but I think he is more of like the mid to late millennials. Um, it's kind of funny to say that, right? Because the guy really has turned his life around. Now, what I mean by that is like, as I said, he was a big time, druggie. He was a big time drinker. Oh, he's 35 years old. My bad. Oh, he's a little older than me, but still, he's more of that late millennial. I mean, early mid millennial, I guess. That mid millennial point. But back to what I was trying to say. He just recently celebrated 1 year anniversary of being sober, which is a great thing. Sobriety is not easy. I should know for myself. It's kind of weird that when these guys were at the height of his debauchery, I was also around that same period. Now I haven't completely cut off any hard. I mean, I completely cut off hard drinking. Every so often, I'll have one or two beers with friends or coworkers. But I understand the struggle with not suburbia, yeah, I can't speak today. You know what I mean? Being sober, it is very hard. It is a very hard thing for a lot of people to go through. And there is help. And there is a lot of help out there if you're struggling. And I think Annie did that. The fact that Annie decided to get his life together after years of substance abuse, especially that there's a lot of recorded evidence of it, it's so testament of how much he changed his life. And whether you like him or not, and I know there's a lot of people that don't like him. Personally, I do like his character. I like kind of the energy he brings, given how like he's in his mid 30s, and so there's that, right? But you can't deny that when somebody goes sober, that's a good thing, and it shows that people are willing to improve. Whether you agree with what they're saying or their politics, religion, whatever, you can't deny that self improvement is a good thing for yourself, and that's always the best when you see people like him get better. Especially now he does look like he is a lot happier. He has more energy. He's showing that off, right? He has that vigor that he had early on when he started his career, almost like 10 years ago, actually. If not, it's been 10 years since he started his career. And I hope the best for Annie. I think he does deserve it, right? Especially with all the stuff he went through, especially when you're dealing with Ethan Ralph, who has only gone downward. Well, I think he's an individual that I want to really talk about. Um, Not in this video, but I would mention here that that man's life has completely sank so hard that anybody who hated him or was a detractor can like point and laugh at him. Or I think those who with Annie, I think it's not the case now, given that he has again turned his life around. Now, some people who are more cynical than me say that it's gonna last forever. The best thing to do is hope for the best. For individuals who go through that kind of substance abuse, it isn't easy, and the allure of the tap, that itch, it's very very real for a lot of people. Whether they have addiction inherent to their genetics or not, it's very hard. I should know. I should know because I've been through some similar with substance abuse of the alcoholic type. So I should understand. But I hope Annie gets through it better, and I hope Annie keeps being sober for the next couple of years onwards, and he can enjoy his life and not go through the whole stuff where he went, he had a manic attack midway through stream. If I don't know if people remember this, but he used to burn himself, his tongue. I think he kind of cut himself a few times. Um, it was bad. You can tell that something was not right. Those videos of him going through his insane attacks. Look, you could, if anything, watching those videos, I felt like I was smelling the alcohol, the alcohol straight from his body, from my screen of my computer back then. It was bad. It was very very bad. Um, but I hope things gets better for him. I hope he stays sober for the best. That's really all I have to say. I'm glad for Annie. And even if you don't like him, and that's perfectly fine, I understand. You should at least be happy that he's got his life together. But until then, yo, have a good one and God bless.